Hello, wonderful explorers, and welcome back to Atlas Narrator, your passport to the most captivating corners of our amazing planet. Today, we're setting sail for an archipelago that shimmers like a jewel in the Atlantic, a place synonymous with turquoise waters, white sandy beaches, and a rhythm that captures your soul. We're talking, of course, about the Bahamas. But beyond the picture-perfect postcards, what truly makes these islands tick? What stories do their crystal-clear waters hide, and what flavors tantalize the palates of those who call this paradise home? Well, grab your metaphorical snorkel, because we're diving deep. The Bahamas, officially known as the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, is not just one island but an incredible archipelago of over 3,000 islands, cays, and islets. Can you imagine? Of these, only about 26 to 30 are actually inhabited, meaning there's a whole lot of untouched beauty out there waiting to be discovered. Geographically, it's nestled in the western Atlantic, just north of Cuba and Hispaniola, and southeast of the sunny U.S. state of Florida. The land itself is wonderfully low and flat, with the highest point, Mount Alvernia on Cat Island, barely reaching 64 meters above sea level. That's about 210 feet for our imperial friends. This flatness, however, makes for some truly spectacular marine geology, including the world-famous blue holes, like Dean's Blue Hole on Long Island, which plunges over 200 meters into the earth. It's the deepest blue hole on our entire planet and a mecca for freedivers. The climate here is a dream, mostly a tropical savanna climate, which means long, hot, wet seasons and warm, dry ones. You can expect an astounding 340 sunny days a year, or over 3,000 hours of sunshine annually. But a little heads up for our future travelers. The islands are, unfortunately, occasionally impacted by tropical storms and hurricanes, especially during the season from June to November. However, modern technology helps predict these, allowing for proper planning. Now, let's rewind the clock and talk a bit about the fascinating history of this vibrant nation. Long before any Europeans arrived, these islands were home to indigenous peoples, primarily the Arawak and Lucayan Indians. Then, in 1492, a certain explorer named Christopher Columbus made his first landfall in the New World right here, on an island he named San Salvador, known to the Lucayans as Guanahani. While the Spanish laid claim to the islands, they didn't really colonize them. Instead, they sadly enslaved the local Lucayan population, forcibly removing many to Hispaniola, which, combined with the devastating effects of European diseases, led to the islands being almost entirely depopulated between 1513 and 1648. The true colonization of the Bahamas began in the mid-17th century, specifically in 1648, when a group of English Puritans, known as the Eleutheran Adventurers, arrived from Bermuda seeking religious freedom. They settled on an island they fittingly named Eleuthera, from the Greek word for free. By 1718, the British Crown stepped in, transforming the Bahamas into a crown colony. Why? To stamp out the rampant piracy that had turned these islands into a haven for buccaneers, including the infamous Blackbeard. The late 18th century brought the American Revolutionary War, during which the Bahamas saw some action, with the U.S. Marines even occupying Nassau briefly in 1776. After the war, thousands of American loyalists, who remained loyal to the British Crown, resettled here, bringing their enslaved African people with them. This influx significantly changed the demographic landscape, with African people and their descendants forming the majority of the population from that point on. It's important to note that the British abolished the slave trade in 1807, and eventually slavery itself in the Bahamas in 1834. Interestingly, the Bahamas became a significant haven for enslaved Africans who escaped or were liberated from illegal slave ships, with many finding freedom on these very shores. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the islands played a role in American history again, during the Prohibition era, serving as a hub for alcohol smuggling. Even during World War II, U.S. forces built military bases here. The Bahamas finally gained autonomy from the British in 1964, and achieved full independence in 1973, becoming a member of the Commonwealth of Nations. Sir Lyndon Pindling became the nation's first prime minister, leading the newly independent country. In recent years, like many Caribbean nations, the Bahamas has faced its share of challenges, including the devastating impact of Hurricane Dorian in 2019 and the global COVID-19 pandemic. Now, let's talk about the people and their incredible culture. The Bahamian population, currently around 400,000, is relatively young, with a significant portion under 30. The vast majority, about 90%, identify as Black or Afro-Bahamian, a testament to the nation's history. There are also smaller white and mixed-race populations, along with a notable Haitian community. The official language is English, but you'll often hear a vibrant local dialect called Bahamianese or Bahamian dialect, which is a colorful English-based Creole. And given the strong Haitian influence, Haitian Creole is also widely spoken. Bahamians are a deeply religious people, with Christianity being the predominant religion, accounting for over 90% of the population. You might be surprised to learn that the Bahamas has more churches per capita than any other country. This strong faith and a high regard for education are often linked back to their Puritan heritage. When it comes to culture, Bahamian identity is a beautiful hybrid of African, European, and American influences. This is perhaps best showcased in their music and dance. Nothing is more quintessentially Bahamian than Junkanoo, a spectacular street carnival celebrated on Boxing Day, December 26th, and New Year's Day. Imagine vibrant, elaborate costumes made of crepe paper, set to the powerful rhythms of goatskin drums, clanging cowbells, whistles, and horns. It's a competitive parade where groups rush in a low, rhythmic dance, filling the streets with an electrifying energy. Besides Junkanoo, other indigenous music forms include Goombay, with its drumbeat rhythms rooted in Afro-descendant traditions, and Rake and Scrape, a folk music that blends European and African styles, often used for traditional folk musicals and dances. The artistic spirit of the Bahamas extends beyond music. Traditional crafts include intricate straw weaving, where palm fronds are plaited into beautiful hats and baskets, popular souvenirs for tourists. Local artists are also inspired by the stunning landscapes and vibrant life, creating incredible canvas art. And with such rich marine life, it's no surprise that coral and natural stone are transformed into unique hand carvings and decorations. Even storytelling and folklore play a significant role, with tales like those of Bear Buki and Bear Rabbi reflecting the African cultural influence. Now, for what many of you have been waiting for, the food. Bahamian cuisine is a delightful blend of seafood, tropical fruits, and bold seasonings. Given the multitude of islands, you'll even find some notable culinary variations. The national dish, a true superstar, is conch. This large tropical mollusk is incredibly versatile. You can enjoy it raw in a refreshing conch salad, mixed with lime juice, raw vegetables, and sometimes even fruit. Or perhaps you prefer it deep-fried as cracked conch or conch fritters, served crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, often with a spicy sauce and sides like fries or rice. Another must-try is souse, a hearty soup usually made with chicken, lime, potatoes, and pepper, often served with johnny cake or grits, making for a perfect breakfast or even a post-party meal. If it's made with fish, they call it boiled fish. Speaking of johnny cake, it's a classic Bahamian staple, a slightly sweet, golden brown flat cake made from simple ingredients like milk, butter, sugar, and flour. It can be a breakfast item with butter and jam or a savory accompaniment to soup. Fun fact, the iconic band Boney M even sang about johnny cakes in their hit song Brown Girl in the Ring. Other popular dishes include Bahamian stew fish, typically snapper cooked in a thick, aromatic sauce with vegetables, which pairs wonderfully with rice or johnny cakes. And you can't visit without trying peas and rice, a simple yet incredibly flavorful side dish featuring rice and gungo peas, often with added onions, bell peppers, tomatoes, and sometimes pork. A more elaborate version, crab and rice, is particularly popular during crab season, which even has its own festival, the Andros Crab Festival, every June. And for something quick and unique, try Fire Engine, an inexpensive dish of steamed canned corned beef served with grits or white rice. For dessert, you absolutely have to taste guava duff. This iconic dessert features guava carefully wrapped in dough, boiled, and then served with a delightful rum sauce. It's a sweet, fruity, and truly indulgent treat. Tropical fruits are abundant and used in many desserts, including papaya, often called pawpaw or melon tree, used in marmalades, chutneys, or simply enjoyed fresh. And what about the drinks? Rum-based beverages are incredibly popular. You'll find classics like rum punch and the famous Bahama Mama, a vibrant cocktail made with rum, coconut syrup, and pineapple, lime, and grapefruit juices, garnished with fruit. The name might even ring a bell from that Boney M song. For non-alcoholic options, try Switcher, a refreshing lemonade made with native limes, or Goombay Punch, a commercially prepared soft drink. And if you're into beer, Bahamian breweries offer local brews like Sands and Calic. Beyond the food and festivities, the Bahamas is rich with interesting tidbits. Did you know that Nassau, the capital city on New Providence, was once the pirate capital of the entire Caribbean? Or that the islands are a popular spot for underwater filmmaking, earning them the nickname Underwater Hollywood, with famous shipwrecks used in James Bond films like Thunderball and Never Say Never Again being popular dive sites? For those interested in finance, the Bahamas is also known as a tax haven, meaning there's no income tax, corporate tax, or capital gains tax. The economy relies heavily on tourism and offshore financial services. The national symbols are as vibrant as the culture. The Bahamian flag, adopted in 1973, features a black equilateral triangle symbolizing the strength of its people, set against horizontal stripes of aquamarine for the sea and gold for the sun, representing economic and social development. The coat of arms is supported by the national animals, a marlin and a flamingo, with a conch shell on top, and features Christopher Columbus's ship, the Santa Maria. The national motto, "Forward, upward, onward, together," truly captures the spirit of the nation. And the national flower is the beautiful yellow elder, which blooms year-round. While cricket is officially the national sport and has been played here since 1846, popular spectator sports are largely imported from the United States, like basketball, American football, and baseball, perhaps due to the close proximity to the US. However, Bahamian athletes have made their mark on the international stage, especially in athletics, or track and field, and sailing, even winning more Olympic medals than any other country with a population under 1 million. From its captivating history shaped by indigenous peoples, European settlers, and the enduring legacy of African resilience, to its breathtaking natural beauty with endless islands and the mysterious blue holes, and its vibrant culture expressed through music, art, and delicious cuisine. The Bahamas truly is a multifaceted jewel of the Atlantic. It's a place where you can feel the warmth of the sun, taste the fresh flavors of the sea, and dance to the beat of Junkanoo, all while experiencing the incredibly friendly and hospitable nature of its people. We hope this journey through the Bahamas with Atlas Narrator has sparked your curiosity and perhaps even inspired your next adventure. If you enjoyed exploring this incredible country with us, please remember to subscribe to Atlas Narrator for more deep dives into amazing destinations. Don't forget to like this video to help us reach more fellow explorers, and we'd love to hear your thoughts or your own Bahamian experiences, so leave a comment below. Until next time, keep exploring.